So let me walk you through this now. Let me walk you through the science of the season and where to go with this and how to plan out your year, okay? How to really launch it. So first, we have to start with strategy. Strategy. Your strategy is, what am I trying to accomplish and how am I going to do it? All right? A very famous book that's quoted many, many times a year in sporting events and leadership conferences and coaches in sports is Sun Tzu on the Art of War. And inside that book, there's one really good quote I like, which says, strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. 6th century stuff. I mean, look at this. Strategy without tactics, the slowest route. How many of you want to take the slowest possible route to success? Let me see your hands, please. Okay. Yeah, those folks are still coming. They're actually late. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. I'm going to say this to you. Most agents I know are all into the tactics. Less than 3% of people in the real estate business have a written business plan. Now, you don't have to go to Harvard. You don't have to take some executive course. A business plan is a set of goals. It's a working budget and a list of daily, weekly, monthly activities. Has anyone here ever invested in stock? So let's say they're interviewing the CEO of the company you're about to invest 25% of your net worth in. And they're interviewing the CEO, and they go, what's your plan for next year? And the guy's like, I have no idea. I was like, well, let's strap this baby on and see what she'll do. You'd be pulling your money out. Is that true? Yes. And here's what I'm going to say to you. You have a hell of a lot more than 25% of your net worth tied up in your business. You wouldn't invest in a company where the CEO doesn't have a clue what they're doing next year. Why would you do it yourself? So in the Referral Maker CRM, how many of you use that right now? Okay, so watch this. So you set your business goals. So here's my net income for $150,000. Now, let me just say, this is somebody who would be new to our system, okay? Maybe in their first year of our system, whatever else, and they want to make $150,000 net. Is that a good goal? Yeah. Okay. Now, watch how depressing this goal is. They got to pay taxes. Is that true? Yes. Okay. I mean, this is obviously not a California tax rate, but this is taxes nonetheless. So now this person at 25% has to make 200 grand. But wait. There's more. They're going to have business expenses, right? Because you got to spend some to make some. Is that true? Yeah. You got to pay for your cell phone. You got to pay for your insurance. You got to pay for your gas in your car. You got to pay for your signs. You got to pay for your marketing. You got to pay for your advertising. You got to pay to run a business. So this person here is doing a good job, and they're going to spend 50 grand in their business. So now they're up to an adjusted gross of 250, but they work in an office where they have a 70-30 split. That's right, the broker. It's called broker, but they still got to get paid summer. Is that right? All right. So now this person's on a 70-30 split, which, again, they might be a little better split now and whatever else, so they're on desk fee or those kinds of things. But if they were on a 70-30 split, they'd need to make $357,000. Now, if their average sales price is $350,000, their average commission is $10,500. Here's what they need. They need $11.9 million in sales. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. But watch, it gets much worse. And this is why people say, I don't plan, for this very reason. So now they need to do 34 sales, 8 a quarter, 2.8, almost 3 deals a month. And by the way, if deals are falling out, so your goal, you have to do 2.8. That's good for the data. You need to say, I need to do 3 deals a month. That way, if 1 or 2 fall out, I'm good. Everybody with me? Yes. This person here, now they're new to the system. They get 3 referrals to get 1 to close. They got to get 20 contacts to get a referral. So this person needs to do 170 contacts a month. Calls, notes, pop-bys, interactions. Now that gets to be much more like a business plan. Would you guys agree? Okay. Now I'm going to delve into those numbers. I'm going to show you a little bit more on the planning side of this as far as what it looks like for a more experienced person we've been working with or someone who's been using the system over time. One of the things that's beautiful about working by referral is that over time this whole dynamic changes. The same number of contacts to get a referral goes way down because you're contacting people, you're building relationships, you're providing value. When somebody sends you a referral, are they done? Have you used up all of the energy they have in the world left for No. I gave you my 1 referral, I'm done. In fact, if Russ refers me to Mary, and I do a great job for Mary, and Mary goes back to Russ, and this is the best thing you can have happen. Thank you for referring me to Brian. You did such a great job. And I've done some of these other little things. I've thanked Russ. I've sent a little gift certificate to thank him for the referral. Maybe I've taken him to lunch just to appreciate him. And now his friend comes back and says, Brian did an awesome job. Russ is 5 times more likely to refer me someone in the next 90 days than he was before. Are you guys with me? Yes. That's why working by referral works. Next, there's the tactics. There's the tactics. So here's the marketing calendar that the members get each year, and it kind of lay out the tactics. Here it is, put this up on your wall. Here's the item of value to go on the 1st of the month. Here's the e-report to go on the 15th of the month. When am I putting in the calls, notes, pop-bys, okay? So here's an example of what this can look like. Sitting out in front of your desk, okay? I know how many calls I need to do and how many pop-bys I'm going to do this then, and so on and so forth. And now I have my strategy, which is here's what I'm trying to make. Here's what my business looks like, but here's the tactics that are going to support it. I remember my first ever buyer call. My first ever buyer call was from a lady in my church. She said, my sister needs a place, and they're hoping to get into somewhere in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I call right away. The gal goes, I can't believe you've called me. I said, great. When are you hoping to move? We need to be in a place here real soon. And I have a baby, and we're in too small a space. I'll be right over. She goes, really? I'll be right there. So I pull in. She's in an apartment. I come in. This is Hallelujah Chorus. I walk in. I sit at the kitchen table. The baby's crying. The place is too small. I'm like, all the signs are there. And she goes, yeah, we're being evicted, and I need to find an apartment. I need to find an apartment we can rent without a background check. Your skills develop over time. You ask a couple of questions before you get in the car. Is that fair? Yeah. And you get better and better. So by near the end of my career, when I was working with a buyer, my minimum expectation with a buyer was that prior to the close of escrow, I was going to get 2 referrals from that buyer. That was my minimum expectation. And it made my trip work for me. So that's why you don't just have to do more hours or put in more effort. Sometimes you've got to have better skills. Does that make sense? Next piece is tracking. Tracking. Lord Kelvin is the famous Kelvin scale. If you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. If you don't track your numbers, you are just running your business by your feelings. I'm going to say it again. If you do not track your numbers, you are running your business by your feelings. And I'm going to share with you, your feelings will always let you down.